What is going on, everyone? Drag here. So what we are going to go ahead and do today is finish the breakdown out of Shotgun Ace Double Tight. We went ahead and started the breakdown in the last video. We hit the light goal, so as promised, I'm going to finish the scheme here. So the plays that we are going to be focusing on today are going to be 98 F angle and 6. Those are pretty much the two other passing plays in this formation that are viable. So let's dive into it. So out of F angle here, I'll break down a setup here versus cover 3. Go ahead, streak the wide receiver here on the left. You can leave this slot wide receiver on the corner. You can stem him up one if you want to throw it a little bit deeper, or just leave him normal. And then on the right side here, go ahead and stem down this tight end route all the way down. And then on the right here, this B route, you can either put him on a streak or put him on a corner and like stem him up once. What that will typically do is if they try to switch stick to the outside wide receiver and try to guard the tight end, it's just going to give a touchdown to the corner. Now you might run it a little bit deeper here, so I stemmed it another time. The running back here, you can either leave on the angle or put him on a table route, just like that. You can see right there, you get that separation in order to throw that tight end route. Do it again. Like I stated here, you have this angle route, easy yards, especially if they're blitzing, you're going to get more yards over the middle of the field. If they're shaded up is when you can really throw that table. So if you notice that they're playing like 20s on the clouds or something like that, you can throw the running back route pretty easily. Now they got bumped there, but you can see you have the corner on the left pretty easily too, especially versus a shade down defense. Do it again here, right there. It's easy 25 yards. And like I stated, you can also stem them up once too if you want to throw a little bit deeper. One more time. Like right there, a lot of yards, but it's money. So versus cover 2 here, what I'll typically do is streak the left wide receiver, stem up the corner once because you want to make sure it clears that cloud on that side. And then on the right here, you can do two things. One, you can go ahead and streak the running back like this, and I'll show you why here. You can see you can take an easy 5 to 10 right there to that out route. And then also, the running back streak will occupy this deep blue, so you can see you can throw that like there. Got that window, nice easy dot. You can also potentially throw the running back streak out of the backfield. It's really just a matter of what coverage your opponent's in. If they're blitzing off that edge or something, you'll have to make that read yourself. But then on the left here with that stemmed up corner is basically, once it clears here, eyeball it, take your easy yards. Now the other thing you can do is this. You can just double streaks on the outside, leave the running back on an angle, or just simply table route him. And then you can see we're getting a bunch of yards over top. It's just utilizing high-low reads here versus the clouds. Easiest way to attack over 2. Right there, we're just taking what they give us. So set up here with motioning the outside wide receiver. What you can do, you want to go ahead and streak the solo wide receiver here. I'm going to go ahead and post X after he's motioned. And then from there, what I usually do, table route your running back like this, and then stem down the tight end, or streak the tight end, and then simply put your outside wide receiver on a corner route and stem him down. This setup here isn't really play specific, just because it's all hot routes. But if you're wanting to use the tight end for the corner, you'll want to go ahead and stem this guy up. Main purpose is just to have a post on the slot, just because you don't want your opponent always thinking you're doing the same thing. But you can see you can get it open like that, and then if they switch stick, you can throw the deeper corner up top. But then you pretty much always have this tight end post here, just like that. You can see it's money. Now let's go ahead and show this setup here versus cover 2. All right, so what I do here versus cover 2, I'm going to go ahead and motion over this wide receiver. I'm going to go ahead and put him on a streak. And then from there, what I will do is go ahead and whip this guy right here. I'm just going to have like an underneath route to throw to the whip, or you can go ahead and hit the running back over the middle. And then what I like about this is the fact that on the right here, you easily attack cover 2, either to the B route, or you go ahead and try to fit in there like that to the right. Now let's do it again. There, highball it over top, easy yards, simple as that. So 98F angle here versus cover 0 defenses. What I would basically do here, I have two setups that I like to run. First, go ahead and stem down this tight end route here, this corner route. I block my running back, I post the slot wide receiver, and then this guy on the left here, I'll put him on a wheel route or a whip. I typically will put a whip if my opponent is not pressing. If they're pressing, I'll put him on a wheel, just because you're going to have a high chance at burning him deep. And then on the right side here, this B wide receiver, just simply put him on a whip route or on a drag. Now to block a cover 0 blitz like this here with your running back, go ahead and ID the linebacker on the running back side. So go ahead and call hike. You can see easy yards here to the tight end. That's an easy 20. Do it again. You still have the post. You have this drag route. The post has got two people there for some reason, probably because the running back's blocked. Do it again. And then on the left side, obviously if they're pressed with that wheel, you're going to get a ton of yards. Do the tight end route one more time here. Little pass lead to the right. He got bumped there by the corner, but you can still see he was open for an easy dot. Now, the last setup here that I would do looks like this. I go ahead and motion over the wide receiver on the left. I block him to block the blitz. Then I'll just go ahead and ID the outside guy opposite of him. From there, stem down the corner, post the tight end. And then I'll go ahead and wheel out my running back. And then with this outside receiver on the right, you can either drag or whip him. You can see, lob it up top here to the running back. You're going to have a pretty big chance here at scoring a touchdown, obviously, if you get that separation. And then I like also with this that you can throw this slot corner here really quickly. Now, if they're not pressed, or sorry, if they're pressed, you don't want to stem him down because you're not going to be able to throw it. If they're pressed, leave him on this depth here. So on the, you don't want to stem it all the way down. This is good versus non-press just because he's able to cut and get positioning. If they're not pressed, have it run regular. So by the time he does cut, he beats the press, which is going to help him get open. Do it again. And like I said, you got the tight end post as well. This time we just lob this guy right over the top. That's touchdown. Again, I don't think this wide receiver is very good at blocking. You'll probably want to put a little bit better blocking wide receiver there. You can see right there, easy dodge to the tight end. So my go-to setup here versus match, go ahead and streak the solo wide receiver, motion over the outside wide receiver on the non-running back side, because what this is going to do is turn off the match coverage. That's what we love to do, just because people like to be annoying running match coverage, and then we know how to counter it easily just by shutting it off. So it's basically just like regular zone coverage. Do it again here. Then you have the running back wheel, the drag, or if you get a little bit of time here, you can throw this post just like that. All right, so just two extra setups here for motioning this wide receiver over. So this is going to be versus like a cover 3 type of shell here. So what you want to do is go ahead and post this X guy here, streak the solo wide receiver, and then from there, typically we'll whip the tight end, flat the outside wide receiver like that. You can see you have this little window. And then from there, you can also go ahead and throw the post. Now, in just a second here, I'll show you another thing that you can do. Let's let the play unfold here. You can see right there, wide open. You can go ahead and put this tight end on a whip route before motioning him over. That way he's going to stay on that whip. So what that will do is allow you to switch up who is on the post on the right here, so your opponent isn't always just assuming that it's going to be X on the post. So you see this time we have the tight end on the post. And then that's allowing us to just have somebody else running a deeper post route, and then somebody else on a whip route, just so your opponent does not pick up on it as quickly. Now, we did get shedded there, but if we get a second, do it again here. Get a second here, I'll be able to throw it to the tight end pretty easily. Right there, wide open. So verticals is very nice, strictly just something that you're going to use to attack zone. Now, setup here that you can run, I would re-streak this slot wide receiver on the left. And if you look on the right, I'd go ahead and put him on a corner, stem it all the way down so it looks like this. Now, I like this little fade in the slot here for when I have this corner stem down on the right, because he's going to occupy the outside corner on the right pretty well. Now, if you're not on this short hash mark, I'll show you a different setup here in just a minute. But with the running back here, you can leave him on this delay or table route him, whichever you want to do. You can see right there, that's an easy 20. Now, on the left side, you can see the deep blue on the left side pulls the outside corner on the left, so you can easily throw this little like outward wheel very, very easily. So if we're on the like center of the field, what I like to do a little bit different here is basically just putting a wheel on the right hand side, and then you can do the same thing. You just hike the ball, you can put the running back on a table if you want, or just leave him. And then from there, you can see you still have a window to throw this. And then versus the blitz, you'll potentially be able to throw like a seam streak even. That's also an option. You can throw this right there. Now, if they're obviously not shaded down, if they're shading up top, that's when like a running back table route will come into play, because you can dump it off to him. But with pass leading the ball away from the deep blues, you can easily throw these in between the zones. So showing these setups here versus cover 2, let's do it again here. Hopefully we get enough time to throw it. You can see that this little fade on the left, right there, you got a window, you can throw that, or the streak, the inside streak there. And then you're still going to have the option to throw the wheel on the right, dump the ball off to the in route. Especially if they're not blitzing, the guy's going to release right away, which makes it even more better, in my opinion. We get a little bit more time, you can throw the wheel on the outside to the right side here. Right there. That way it hits the sidelines better, and then it gets past the cloud. So going to the short side, basically here is utilizing the corner. You can stem him down all the way if you want, but you can see that it's going to be very late that you can throw over like a cloud, a 20-25 yard cloud. So it's probably best to leave him at his regular corner route depth, and then you can either put the running back on the table or leave him on his check and release route. Doing it again here. See on the left, got him right there. Bad throw by the quarterback, but you can see he's wide open. And then on the right, as long as we just get enough time here, toss it right over top, bombs away. So one last setup here is just to be able to utilize the slot post on the left. You go ahead and put him on a post route, then you go ahead and streak the slot, tight end, put your outside wide receiver on the right on a stem down corner. And then from there, you can do pretty much whatever you want to do here with your running back and your wide receiver on the left. Sometimes I'll go ahead and hitch him down like this, or put him on a whip route. and then leave the running back on the angle. Sometimes I will just drag the wide receiver on the left, motion him over on the drag, table out the running back. There's a lot of different things you can do. But the main thing here is with the streak and the corner there versus cover 3, you're opening up a window to throw the post. And that's just giving you a post option on the left side of the field of this formation. You can see we have it, just stepped into my line too much there in order to throw it. So we'll do it again. Right there, you got that window. So this completes the breakdown here. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit the like button. Like always, if you guys appreciate my videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're getting super close to getting monetized, only 170 subscribers away. If you have any questions, comment below. I get to them as quickly as I can. We'll see you next time.